I mean, when it comes to Donald Trump, all in all, I mean, I like him, and Iran Nation even endorsed him and supported him throughout the election. Didn't want Hillary Clinton to be in there, and we supported Trump. And I said that Trump was not a neocon. He was not one of those type of conservative type of establishment type of conservative. He was a I mean, people called him a populist, which is why I supported him because people make the mistake in thinking that I'm a conservative. I'm not no conservative. Who told you I'm a conservative? I mean, I vote conservative, but I am a populist, nationalist, revolutionary. And Trump came close to that. So I supported him and I endorsed him. But sometimes Trump does things that I don't like. And, I'm not one of those people who I'm going to kiss Trump's ass every single time. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt every single time. I'm not one, I don't do that to anybody. I don't care who it is. Trump, Ford, anybody, Trudeau, Obama, Hillary, anybody. I will never, you will never see me embarrass myself by kissing any politician's ass. No matter what, I would never do something like that. That is embarrassing. That's pathetic. I'm a free person. I will criticize people when I feel they're doing something wrong. And anybody who doesn't like that, they can screw off. They can screw off. I don't want to have anything to do with you. You're a cancer to me if you think that I'm going to just kowtow to Trump or whatever. I ain't going to do that. You must be out of your mind. Trump said that he was going to have Mexico pay for the wall. He said it. He said it over and over again. Who's going to pay for the wall? Mexico! 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 And all the crowd said it. Everybody in the stadium said it. And he said it at the beginning. Everybody. And now, what's happening is that the White House and the Congress, they're in such a stalemate. The government is shut down, but the American people still have to pay taxes. Well, you still have to file your taxes. You're going to go to jail if you don't file your taxes. America will lock you up if you don't pay your taxes. Sure, American government is shut down and all the politicians aren't doing anything. They're on vacation right now. Nancy Pelosi, I heard, is in Hawaii right now. Okay, Trump didn't go to Florida, which is good. But all of the other ones, and Pelosi and all of them, they're gone. And the government is shut down and being useless because Trump wants money for this wall, which we were supposed to get from Mexico. And many people have given ideas on how you can get Mexico to pay for the wall. People have said, get the money from El Chapo. That's a lot of money. A lot of money you can take and you can use that to build El Chapo Guzman, the criminal from Mexico. Take the money that you took from him to help pay for the wall. Illegal aliens. Okay, all the illegal aliens that are in America, they have to pay a fine. They have to pay a fine every single month until we get the money to pay for that wall. That's another idea. I mean, all sorts of different ideas you can use, whether it's Mexico giving a check or Mexicans of illegal origin or people like El Chapo or all this stuff. You can put a toll on the border. I've heard that idea. Anybody coming into America from Mexico has to pay a fee, and all that money will be used to pay for the wall. There are many different ideas I've heard from wise people on how you can get money for a wall. There's even a GoFundMe where millions has been raised right now to help pay for that wall. There are many different ways. You don't have to rely on this Congress, Trump. You don't have to rely on Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer and Cory Booker and all those Democrats. They're not going to work. Are you going to have the government shut down forever? You're just going to have the government shut down for the rest of your term? Because I'll tell you right now, Donald, if you keep the government shut down for the remainder of your term, I guarantee you 2020 you're going to lose, and you're going to lose badly. The next president of the United States will be Cory Booker. The next president of the United States will be Nancy Pelosi. The next president of the United States will be Bernie Sanders. The next president of the United States will be Elizabeth Warren. The next president of the United States would probably even be Hillary Clinton. Is that what you want, Mr. Trump? Because this whole keeping the government shut down and American people don't have access to certain parks and this and that, and they still have to pay taxes that go to all these different politicians. I mean, you see how much money Americans pay in taxes. A lot of that money going, I mean, first of all, a lot of the money that Americans pay in taxes goes to pay to fund foreign wars, Iraq war, and all this stuff. Americans don't have any health care, so that's one thing. But for them to not even have a government, I mean, they're politicians, for them not even to have the government working, it's not even working right now. It's shut down, and they still have to pay taxes. If you don't go to work, if an employee doesn't go to work, if he says, I'm not going to go to work, I'm not going to do it, he doesn't get paid. She doesn't get paid. And now these Americans are saying, these American politicians are shutting down the government and we still have to pay taxes. Americans should not file any taxes. Arrest all of you if you want. Don't file any taxes. Don't file anything. America is dumb enough to not have a sales tax, but they have an income tax. Don't file it. Don't file any income tax unless the government is open. Don't file a single thing. Don't do it. Teach these people they need to think, man. They can't just use you all like pretend like this is some kind of circus or something like that. What is this? There are plenty of ways to fund this wall, and I support the wall. I support it. 110%. Yay and amen. And boom shakalaka goes right there. I think Trump should probably build a wall between Canada and America because of the stupidity that Canada is doing, allowing all these refugees, UN Migration Pact, bringing all sorts of people. We can't determine who comes in, who's not. I mean, refugees left, right, and center. We're not vetting anybody. I think America should build a wall between Canada because Canada's playing with fire, and I don't want to see America get burned because of Canada's stupidity. If Canada wants to burn itself, let it burn itself. But don't burn our neighbor because of your stupidity. So I support the wall. But you can't now say that we're going to have Mexico pay for the wall or we're going to have Mexicans pay for the wall or something like that and then go back on that. Who do you think American people, who do you think the people are who voted for you? Now, on the other hand, you got a lot of Trump whores out there who will support him no matter what he does. I'm not one of them. I'm not that kind of person. I don't support any politician regardless of anything. The only person I support regardless is me and God and Jesus. That's the only person I don't support. No man or woman on this earth regardless of what they do. I could just as easily say I'm not going to support Trump if he does anything that I don't agree with. I mean, let's put it this way. If my man Jesse Ventura, who used to be the governor of Minnesota, and he was a great governor too, a fine man, I love Jesse Ventura. If he were to run against Trump, I don't know who I'd have to support because both of them I like. I really like Ventura, and he was a great Minnesota governor, and I may have to support him. I'm just saying, I don't know who I'd support. I love Trump, I love Ventura. I mean, Trump has had one chance. Maybe I'd give Ventura. But the thing is that I like Trump. I like what he stands for. I like what he's all about. Protection of America. Not allowing jobs to just go overseas without punishment. Bringing jobs back. Keeping America safe. Not going into foreign wars. I support all of that. But you cannot come here and just go back on your word and say you're going to have Mexico pay for this wall and then not have it done. I'm not going to stand for that. I'm not going to, and then have the government shut down for weeks and months and threaten to close the border between Mexico and all this other stuff. I'm not going to, no. You said you were going to have Mexico pay for the wall. If you didn't think that was going to work, don't say it. Don't say it. Just because it sounds good, and then you have everyone say, Mexico, in the crowd. Don't say it if you're not going to do it. Have the funds that you took from El Chapo, that drug lord, criminal, whatever he is, take the money from him and fund the wall. Put a toll on the Mexican border and have that money fund the wall. Do something. Do your executive orders. And say, well, if the Congress isn't going to do it, we're going to do it this way. Maybe we'll make a GoFundMe, or we'll take the money from El Chapo, or something like that. Make an executive order. Do what you have to do. But don't just say that we're going to have Mexico pay. Now, if he had done that, instead of asking the Congress for money and said, this is how we're going to have Mexico pay for the wall. We're going to have El Chapo, and then the Congress causes trouble, then I'd be up the Congress's ass. You know I would be. But don't say that Mexico will pay for the wall, whether it's Mexico giving you a check or it's some other way, inadvertently, Mexico pays for the wall, whether it's El Chapo or a toll on the Mexican-American border or something around those lines. Okay, that's it. Okay, Mexico is paying for the wall in a certain sense. But you can't say that we're going to take the money from Americans after promising you're going to have Mexico pay for the wall and then expect the Congress to just be whatever. And by the way, I don't even care if he takes the money from Americans. I don't care. I mean, I want the wall, but that's not what the man promised. He said that he was going to have Mexico pay for the wall, and he has to stand with that. But that's what I have to say. And I'm sure there's going to be a few Trump, you can't attack Trump. Who do you think you are attacking Trump? You can never attack him. Listen, go to hell. I might ask you to kiss my ass, but you probably like that because you probably like to sodomize. Listen, you probably want to sodomize Donald Trump. You cannot just support one person, especially mankind, humanity. You can't. The only person on this earth, nobody on this earth, you can just support lock, stock, and barrel no matter what. You can't do that. That's pathetic. If Doug Ford, who's my premier in Ontario, did something that I disapprove, I'd go after him too. And I helped him get elected. I actually helped him, and he'll tell you that too. But I will criticize Trump where he needs to be criticized. I criticized him when he bombed Syria. I mean, I understood why he did it, but I criticized him, and people wanted to criticize me for criticizing him. I'm going to criticize the man when he needs to be criticized. That's just what I have to say on this issue. So, by the way, I'm going to send a link where you can donate money to help fund that wall. I will find that link and I will put it in the top of the comment section. You can go there and you can donate whatever you need to donate so that we, the American people, because, I say American because I'm a dual citizen, born in Canada, raised in America, became a U.S. citizen. So I consider that too. But Americans, since the American government is useless, American people will bypass the government and pay for the wall itself. I'll give you that link so that Americans can pay, or anybody in the world who believes that we should protect our borders. Everyone's border should be protected. You can put in a little bit or you can put in a lot so that wall can have the funds it needs to be built. This is the Arana Nation.